It is Thursday, August 13th, 2026, and the markets continue with their upward follow-through. We have 29,900 at the moment. We have this little bullish pattern, and the bulls keep still on hitting everything. Yes, Kennedy, Claude is fantastic. We had a little shakeout there to the tune of about 80 points down, 80 points back up. ES has 7,800. NASDAQ just filled liquidity at 29.9. And we're sitting here looking at the daily chart showing that we are about to break back up to 31. Typical open so far every morning is a green or a red move down. And we're just back and forth, buddy. Just back and forth. Rate hikes are still on the table, according to the Fed. Can we fly like an eagle today? Well, I mean, that's what happens, man. Every time we keep having these little red moves at the open, the buyers easily defend and bounce back up, and we just launch. So take a look at the S&P. We're going to go to their daily chart. You see they're doing the same thing, just up and away. And once they clear over the 7,800 for the 18th time, that's when we'll start to climb into the 7,900s and maybe even 8,000. That'd be pretty crazy. It seems like just yesterday we hit 6,000 for the first time, and here we are about to cross into 8,000. Why did it do that? Oh, wrong one. There we go. Good morning, YouTube. How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody had a fantastic evening. We've had an extraordinary couple of weeks, man. We're on a heater winning streak. And we're going to keep this baby up. Hopefully. Big old bottom wick, baby. Trade like your wife is watching, yes. And live like Jesus is watching, because he is. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We've got call buying and put buying today. Much more call buying. The option chain has been a bit muted this week. We have the S&P of 77.90. We have NASDAQ is 29,870. Looking across the market, very, very green S&P. We have SPX is down 1.5 after a smoke show session yesterday, up almost 11%. VIX is down again, 1442. If you look left, this is the lowest the VIX has been in a long time. We are down into December 2026 levels, and we're nearing the lower end of volatility for this environment. And I do think that we are going to have some interesting movement going into October in the next couple of weeks. What's up, Breaking? Good morning. Jimbo, good morning. Big old bottom wick on NASDAQ. Yesterday afternoon, we came on and did our afternoon stream. It was abysmally slow. Very, very difficult to even consider taking any trades. However, we had a good discussion about how and when to put on a quick 0 DTE play in the last 10 minutes of the session. When to do it, when not to do it, what to expect out of it, etc. Big old green, come all the way up already. Nearly a 100-point bounce on NASDAQ already. Quick red, quick green, up out of the gate, blast-a-roni. No shorting. The whole thesis this week was bullish. There you go. Blast off green. Up and away on NASDAQ. The whole theme this week was bullish. Please explain how you enter perfectly and pull back using decreasing volume. Well, all trends, up or down, have decreasing volume. So what I do is if I'm looking to play a reversal and change, a reversal in direction, a bounce, rejection, then I'm going to look for a high volume inflow. So a low, like the price action drops. As it drops more and more and more, volume drops as it nears to the end, and then you see a volume spike and hopefully a bottom wick to associate with that, showing that we've hit demand. And that's where I want to play, start looking to enter long, and not before. Blast off green. NASDAQ is launching. Typical open so far this week. Quick red and then a lot of green. No shorting. I like it. Hey, quick reminder. Now that we're getting into the fall months, now is the time to start having conversations with your financial people about reducing your taxable exposure. Do it now. Don't wait till December. If you are Tier 2, you have access to my legalized tax evasion call that we posted a couple months ago. Massive green candles. Massive. Just absolutely launch pad here as we finally breach and go higher. I love it. No shortings. Extreme call buying. Financial jabroni's a buddy who's even bigger jabroni. I like it. Jabroni. Extraordinary open. No shorting. We've been bullish all week, baby. No shorts. The thesis in the Tier 2 weekly brief was bullish. Everything about the daily setup is bullish. Closing your NASDAQ longs. Nice, Mojo. He was in the Navy. Hey. Massive green. Look at this. Explosive moves. 150 points on NASDAQ. Off to the races. I love it. That's all there is to it, man. That's all there is to it. Keep things nice and simple. Congratulations to the Second Amendment people. We won a major battle against the tyrannical government of the United States. I closed my quant tower. Just hit the, oh, nice. Nice blind peach, Dan. Beautiful, buddy. Beautiful. Still going, 30,003. S&P's doing the same. They're up about 20 points. What was a 2A win? They voted, well, they shot down the ATF constrictions on SBRs and suppressors. They ruled them that the requirement for registering them and applying a tax stamp is unconstitutional. So, yeah. And then Silencer Company in Palmetto State, they put out a public statement saying that today they will start selling all of these products with no regulation. Come in and buy them just like you buy a gallon of milk. I like it. It's a huge win. They did. I mean, I'm sure they're still going to be shot down, and I'm sure it's going to be appealed, but there you go. I'm waiting as long as I could, but now I'm going to buy so many suppressors. It's going to be ridiculous. All right, 30,100. Still up and away. No shorting until you get a 3C. We do have a volume spike that occurred at 936. So what I'm going to do is go through and hit a high pivot there. I don't necessarily think they're going to have any kind of major rejections in today's session, at least all the way back down. But I still, doing my system, I plot the highs where they are. Still, I'm not really interested in doing much shorting here. I broke my rule and longed early. Gonna buy it. Nice, JJ. Love it. No shorting. Off to the races. U.S. home buying has hit a record low with a 51% seller surplus. We're starting to surpass, not only hit, but surpass 2008 great financial levels from years ago. Long from 886. Beautiful. Still going all the way up. No shorting. All we got to do is bottom wick and hold, baby. You got me beat by a little bit, Firefly. Well done. Jabroni. 30,040 coming up. Looking for 100. After that, the only thing left is 074. That's all we got. 074. Blast off. 046 and going. What did I tell you? 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 Love it. No shorting. What does 3Cs mean? 3C stands for 3 criteria. That's my system of entry. Anytime I'm looking to play a bounce or a continuation, I want to see a lack of volume. But a bounce, I would need to see high volume, bottom wicks, and then a follow through to the higher side. And then the inverse if I'm looking for a rejection. In this case, quick bounce out of the gate. And then, of course, my thesis and bias for the week is extremely green and bullish. At no point am I looking for sell-offs this week. It's only straight up. And we talked through the CPI shenanigans, and that worked out perfectly. And now we have the follow-through, and everything is simply monitoring the options positioning and then the price action on the daily chart. Off to the races. Oh, man. 1 to 2 trades a day, and you lock in all the payouts you want on prop firms. All the payouts that you want on prop firms. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Don't be a jabroni. Now I need to get me a payout on one of these options prop firms. Long again. Nice mojo. Quick bottom wick out of the gate. Buyers aren't giving up anything. Extraordinary. I'm selling my dad's house in North Georgia, 9 acres, unincorporated, flowing water property, 5K square feet. 2K below grade, 3-door, full safe room. Can't seem to get rid of this thing. If anyone wants an apocalyptic survival home, I like it. North Georgia. That seems like a fantastic property. I'm surprised you're having trouble selling it. I guess they haven't put out the move to Georgia billboard out in California yet. Give it time. Give it time. 10 months, no kidding. Wow. No NASDAQ for me today, only MNQs. I ran so fast I left my limits behind. That's the way it goes, man. Now we're having right up here. See this red line that I plotted? That's the high volume pivot. So here, highest volume candle of the day, right at that the red line that is still in play. Go to the 5-minute to really see it. Right here. I'm opening another TPT account. I'm up to 3 right now. One is funded. Second one's 41 shy of a 3. I'll copy trade. I love it. I love it. Starting new evals, just made the first good trade. Nice, Dreamy. Well done. I've been seeing that Paramount is ready to leave California. Uh-oh. That's not good. Money talks, baby. Money talks. That's true, Vanilla. That's true. All right, so after a tremendous move like that, set your stops, take your hands off, and see what happens. No shorting whatsoever. This is a very bullish day. Remember what's been happening. What's been happening the past 3 days is accumulation in bottom wicks. And today appears we have a breakout day. You don't short the breakout day. We've got 3 days of momentum building here. And not to mention, everyone's still trying to short this thing back down. I mean on the macro, not necessarily today's session. So now we're blasting. 30,060, new high, and up we go. Man, you got your finger on the trigger today, Firefly. Short, long, like a machine gun. I don't know how you do it. Boom, blast off. 30,080 in rocket ships, no shorting, up to 100. We have call, buying and selling back and forth, put buying and selling back and forth, and it's just straight up. Another volume spike here at 9:45, so this one is officially done. And now you bring it up to the next one. But still no shorting. Up and away. Coming up to 100. Blast off. Blind calls would have worked today on the new options prop. Of course, today I'm cleaning the chicken coop. Yeah. Calls would have worked fantastic. The calls work most of the time. Definitely. 30,100 already. We are up 260 points. And going to 200. Now remember on Bookmap, we had that 30,200 liquidity yesterday. So they put that on yesterday morning. It's still on there today. In fact, it's the only remaining liquidity on the book. And it appears we're going for that quickly this morning. Up to 200, up and away. No shorting. Let it go. Let it go. Is it worth getting in some SPY options? Yesterday I lost $13. Try it. Yeah. I mean, options are great. And if you're going to start out in options, it's a good place to start with SPY. NASDAQ is straight ripping, baby. Setting up for a nice short scalp. That's all you, bro. That's all you, not me. Nice mojo. Well done. If you can turn yourself into a perma bull, you will make more money than you ever have before. Forget about shorting. Forget about it. Forget about it. How you doing? Only longs. Only longs. $30,200. We're only 80 points away. Up and away. Nice. Hole. Well done, buddy. Well done. Blastaroni with cheese. Blastaroni with cheese. We're going. Don't do it. Don't do it. I know y'all jabronis are shorting. Don't do it. This is breakout day. You do not clean your fish tank on breakout day. Boom. Can you please tell me the prop firm that allows options? I can, yeah. It is called options funding. If you're someone who wants to try a prop firm and who likes options, it's a great fit. There you go. There's a link to it. Try it out. Not only can you trade options, but you can swing You can trade not only 0DTs, but multi-week trades if you want. You can short options if you're a premium writer. All sorts of stuff. Good stuff. I like it. And you get a free reset, too. So if you blow the account, hit that button, and you're right back in, baby. You're back in the game. Nice, Alex. Well done. I have not tried writing yet. No. Only longs. I like it. I like it. Although that could be not good. So I'm still trying to figure out how to move my stops to up on profitable trades. I just don't want to set it where they come and take it. Well, where would you set a structure line if you weren't in the trade? So whatever you take, I'm going to delete that chirpy. It's in the way. Whatever you take on the charts, that figure out where that structure is going to break if you weren't in a trade, and make that your stop. On a day like today, where we're just up and away, this is a macro breakout day after 3 days of accumulation. You don't be too tight. Let it breathe. Give it a chance. Give it a chance to give yourself the big win. Just take your hands off the mouse. That's how it is for me. Anytime you think the only trade could be a developing short, you look around the market and find something that's mindlessly pumping. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what the problem is? Like, the market does this, then the market, NASDAQ drops 50 points, and people are like, oh, I'm short. Yeah, I got a 50-point short. Like that, you're missing the point. It's not about the successful 50-point short. It's about the big picture. It's about rocket ships. It's about jumping on, baby. Is the Discord running? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Up and away, baby. 30,000, 150, 147, 150. All targets are pointing to 30,200 on NASDAQ. Let's go to the 15-minute. What do you see? What do you see? Nothing but bottom wicks and glory. 15-minute top wicks. Well, the 15-minute target was 30,073. We blew right through that. Now we're going to 200, which is the last remaining liquidity on the book. There's no 3C top wicks here to really speak of. We do have a couple of volume spikes, and every time we have a volume spike, it just keeps on blowing through it. And you know these type of sessions are bear killers. Don't do it. Can I get an ES target big sexy? Yeah, buddy. Now they're putting liquidity up to 250. 250. That's another 50 points up on that target. S&P has 78.20, 78.30. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. I like it. We ordered our next batch of Cornish cross chickens yesterday. Only issue with props, I'm not accustomed to making 2K on options. Well, just take your time, man. Take your time. Don't try to stretch it out. Moving to 50% profit. Nice Pine Beach Dan. 30,130 on NASDAQ. All right, what's next? Still no shorting. There we go. Still going up. 144. As long as it holds. Like right now, if you want to stop, there are 2 frames of thought to place a stop position. Number 1, if you want to keep it a little tighter because you're already deep in profit and you don't want to give too much back, which is a smart thing to do, I would consider about 122. 122. Under 122 or under. Don't go above that because you're pretty much guaranteed to stop it out at that point. Just go ahead and mark it out of the trade. If you want to stay in the trade for a possible blast to 250 without getting caught in the shenanigans, you need to give yourself a 50 to 80 point breathing room to stay in there, because the sellers are going to hit a couple of candles here and there, blah, blah, blah. At which point you need to bring the stop down to 50, 30,050 plus or minus, más or menos, and take your hands off the mouse. So it's up to you how you want to do that. Just make sure you're being smart and thoughtful about the positions. Options are back to being bullish. I just read page 44 of VPA last night. The example shows 4 bullish candles accompanied by rising volume in each one. I like it. Perfect example of insiders joining the move. Beautiful. I love it. That's why it's muy importante to look for wick. If you see volume with an extraordinarily large top wick, you can take that as the sellers have hit into supply. I love it. TPT says you need at least 5 days to pass the eval, no upper time limit. Yep. How many days has it taken me to pass using the less risky? I've passed it in 5 days before, and I've passed it in about 3.5 weeks before. I usually try to go beyond 3.5, 4 weeks, because time is money, homie. Time is money. Now, if you've never passed an eval before, I would forget about time is money, and I would take as long as you need to trade it, just to get yourself in the process of passing evals. The average retail trader cannot even pass. Oh, more liquidity. The average retail trader cannot pass an evaluation, much less get funded, much less take a payout. So take some time, pass the stupid thing, and then worry about the funded. If you're a veteran, let it crank, baby. Let it crank. Still going. I'm not sure if I missed my window to get in on any moves. Took most of the opening half hour to get connected issues resolved. Well, your risk versus reward diminishes the higher we go, certainly. That's just, diminishing returns there. However, the setup still looks incredibly bullish. There's no signs of selling. This is a breakout after 3 days of accumulation on the macro. Every jabroni with a couple of bucks in his brokerage account is trying to short this right now, which means it's only going to go higher. 30,187, 30,200, 30,250 are all liquidities on the book to the upside. And now they're even sticking on a little bit at 300. This could become a silly session. A silly session. And we're up. Beretta has a new 22 long rifle pistol called the Jaguar. Looks pretty legit. Interesting. Usually not a fan of 22 pistols, but it looks pretty legit. Still going, 174. Now we're going. They're stacking a crap ton of liquidity at 200, and that is a technical term. At 200 is going to be the next pivot. We're going, baby. Up, up, and away. Up, up, and away. No shorting. Can I show bookmap? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Boom. There it is. Look at that. Oh, now they're stacking 337. Do you see that come on there? Y'all see that little guy come on there at 337? Man, they got 450 on there. Rolling this baby. Oh, man, this is a fun session. It's still going. No shorting. Do you see what happens when you put on a couple of small positions? You take your meat potato off of the mouse, and you just hold small positions. You're not slinging 10 minis. You're just easy peasy lemon squeezy. Everything we talk about every day. Every day. That's it. Let me hit refresh on the old spot gamma, see what they're telling us. We have call buying and put selling. Not a lot, only about 877 million calls purchased, but that's it. That's it. Still going. Let's go back to the charts. Blast off. You see those bottom wicks? They're gonna bait you into shorts. Don't do it. Don't do it. You know what happens when a beautiful largemouth bass just off the bank under some grass, maybe a couple of limbs, sees a delicious lure floating in the water, and they think, oh, now that looks good. I think I'm going to eat that. 3 minutes later, they're laying on a bass boat while a guy's holding him up saying, hey, man, get the picture. Come on, get it all in there. Don't be that guy. Don't short this market. Going to 200. We're going to 200. Just do one contract and build on that. 100%. I like it. I like it. There are only a few days where we can make really good money. Today is one of those days. Absolutely, you're right. Up and away. Oh, analogy's goated. Absolutely. Absolutely. Didn't they announce nano features for indexes too? They did. I believe August 24th is the day those go live. Boom. I'm so excited for nanos. I could seriously help with position sizing. Yep. Almost tempted to take a few nanos long every morning and just let them cook. Man, that's crazy. What is it? 5 cents a contract? So yeah. Is the VIX climbing? Yeah. So we've been seeing that pretty much off and on the past 2 weeks, where we have a green VIX, green S&P, and that's because VIX is bottomed out. The VIX is bottomed out. This is about as low as the VIX can go in this environment, this post-coronavirus environment. I guess I have to stop using that term. It's been 6 years since coronavirus. But that's when things changed. That's when things changed, so I always refer back to that. But you see, this is about the bottom line here. We haven't been below this area since 2024, and even then, it held 13s. So maybe a touch lower into the 13s before we start to have a change of character in the markets with volatility. So we could have a couple of days of bullish silliness, the bulls being a silly goose, and then the sellers are going to start hitting again. But I think it's going to take a bit. And today's an extraordinary session. Just straight up, baby. Straight up. The only downside to a session like this is the fact that the move started so early, I can't take full positioning. But it's still nice. It's still nice. Ooh. Oof. I'm watching. I just turned on a live streamer with 6,000 people watching, and he's in short positions, and he's down over 100 points. Why, dude? I don't get it. All right, 30,200 and climbing up to 250. After that, they are now putting liquidity on it, 450, and off to the races. No shorting. This is a breakout session from the past 3 days. How many times? Is this one of those days I have to say no shorting like 15 times? Don't do it. Don't do it. I think today might be a day for some good smash burgers. I think I'm going to make some smash burgers. Oh, man. We're eating into 200 here. We got 188. We almost a couple more points before we're going to 200. All the way up. All the way up. I couldn't get an entry. That's all right. Took the ground meat out last night. Beautiful. Beautiful. We mix in a little deer meat, too. We do some deer, and we do some 85-15 ground beef. It's good stuff. I think I may listen to you today. Good. I think it's a good idea. Especially today, the daily chart looked prime for a breakout before market open. Dude, it looks extraordinarily bullish. I love it. I love it. So, yeah. Probably has a Lambo. He probably does have a Lambo. With 6,000 people watching YouTube, he probably does have a Lambo. Good on him for that, but holy smokes. Holy smokes. Is it Future Scalper? I don't know who it was. There's some random dude who showed up in my stream. I don't have it up anymore. What else we got? What else we got? What else you got? 896 DT3. Still going. $30K has been a resistance on the Qs for weeks. Kind of surprised it's this slow. I don't think this is slow. We're in a temporary period of consolidation here, but we just launched, man. Nearly 400 points on Nasdaq in about half hour. That's extraordinary. But it's only with a couple of micros, though, DT3. That's the problem. So that's why I'm not being intolerable, because it happened so quick. But it's good because, I probably would have stopped out on the first move if it was minis. No Lambos for me today, just maybe a silencer. Maybe I'll make enough money to buy a good quality silencer. No Lambos for me, though. I'm very simple. I don't like flashy things. We like when you're intolerable. I don't know. Some people don't. The only reason I'm here to see your Lambo. I don't have Lambos. I do have land, though. My apologies. All right, 30,177 coming up to 200. Lambo started making tractors. I did. Yeah, I knew that. Yeah. I've got 3 chickens looking at me as we speak. How many other streamers out there are doing this who have chickens looking at them? It's crazy. Like literally looking at my window. Get out of here, chickens. Bugs. Only pay for the dad jokes. There you go. There you go. All right, NASDAQ is still going. There's no high volume top wick. So every time there's volume, we do not get a top wick that holds on the 5. So you cannot look for shorts. It's only longs at the moment. So silencers were illegal before. They weren't illegal, but they were heavily regulated. Heavily regulated. You had to have Form 4, and then you had to pay a tax stamp, which is all unconstitutional. And now the courts agreed. So, yeah. In my opinion, I think the government needs to refund every single penny of every tax stamp ever charged over the past 100 years, but that's just me, with interest. Liquidity up to 200, yep, and to 250. And accounting for inflation, absolutely. There we go. About to hit 200. We're about to hit 200 and going. No shorting. Do not short any of this. The signs are not there. The shines are not there. Up, up, and away. Easy peasy lemon squeezy here, people. Literally lemon squeezy. Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. No shorting. I'd be happy. 30,200. And we're about to break it. There we go. 200. Yahtzee. Yahtzee. There it is. Now we're going to 250. Yeah, buddy. Gravy train with biscuit wheels, people. Grandma's coming over. Grandma's coming over, and she's bringing tendies. Chicken tendies and tendies. All the way up, baby. 250. Do not short. Roll it. This is the day to hold. All the way up. I have called today better than I think I've called any week. I mean, it's extraordinary in terms of the macro thesis. Accumulation VPA. Send Anna Coling a Christmas card in the mail this December because she is paying all of our bills, baby. All the way up. All the way up. 30,220. Off to the races. What was that timing? No way. Did that just really play? That's a little crazy. That's a little crazy. I'm telling you, man, we live in a simulation. They just uploaded the program at the right time. Still going. 30,210. Now we're going to 250. No shorting. Just keep it holding. These are the days. These are the days to hold the trades. Let the trailing stop do your business. We haven't had a lower low yet. Look, here's where it took off. There's no lower low. This is a perfect session for trailing stop. This is a perfect session for micros with a trailing stop. This is ridiculous. It caught me off guard. That's crazy. Is the war over again? Probably. Speaking of Anna, I'm going to be meeting Anna and David for a coaching session in the coming weeks. At me with any questions you want answered, and I'll try to. Oh, that's awesome, man. I'd love to be a part of that. The simulation is real. We exist in the mind of God, the universe. Interesting. That's very existential. Still going 30,220. I'm telling you, people. I'm telling you. The relentless bull run that we went on from April until June changed the chemistry of my brain. You know, if there was ever like one of the wrinkles in my brain, one of those wrinkles was a bear wrinkle. And I think that bear wrinkle got killed. It got lanced from my brain from April into June. I had a lobotomy, a bear lobotomy over there. A relentless buy the dip that we took. Not a single short position. I think 12 weeks. I think we went 12 weeks without a single short position. And I haven't even taken a short position this week. And I think that changed my brain. And it caused me to only buy the dip and only long. Like I have to see I have to have such a high degree of specificity to take a short position that there's nothing to do here except just long. It's nutty. What do you mean, you people? That's a great movie. You changed my brain too. It's so easy to just get long. You get sweaty hands. Yeah, I'm sure there's vomit all your sweater already. Mom spaghetti. Oh, man. Still going, baby. Still going. No shorting. No shorting. You heard it here first. Do not take a short position. Has anyone noticed how we haven't seen any media from the war? Like not a single photo. Yep. I just passed another 50K eval and I'm up a 600 on a PA count today. Longs only. Nice glitch. Well done. Tell your friends, come hang out with us. Come hang out with us. I don't know. I'm not watching them. Remember, we do have an affiliate program, an options miner affiliate program. The more people that you refer, the more money you make. I will pay you 40% of their memberships forever if you refer somebody. When price starts to stall in a trend like this, what are the signs for VS down? Well, stalling price action is a good example of the bull run finally coming to an end, but you need high volume with top wicks. You need high volume to top wicks to tell you where it's going to stall, and then you need a lower low to tell you when it's going to start to reverse. Bonus points for liquidity sweep. All right. Still going, baby. Now, on a session like today, where everything is just fly, not to mention our bullish thesis on the daily chart, especially if you're tier 2. What did I post in tier 2 this week? To finish off the weekly review, does anyone know what I posted? I posted this. Here, I'll post it in tier 1 since the week's already over. Here, this is what I posted to finish out. My weekly bias for the first half and the second half of the week was bullish, and we are launching simply because of the accumulation on the charts. Can I cancel and refer myself again? Punch yourself in the face, sir. It's definitely challenging to tell when the market is going to try to trick people into shorting. Well, my overall take is that the average trader should not be doing any shorting at all. Is that Claude making a bias slide? What's my bias that the Claude did create the slide itself? Yes. Yeah. I'm telling you, man, Claude has changed my life. It has changed my life. For sure. NASDAQ is still going 30,200. No shorting. No shorting, baby. What do we have? 2.3% on an account, never more than 5% at risk. Great day. Nice, Forsna. Well done, buddy. Well done. Hey, I'll get you squared away on your, I got your DM too. I'll get you squared away. When the volume profile starts to build heavily at a high, it usually means the top isn't in yet. I like it. You're welcome. NASDAQ still flying. Do not short. I'm being super serial. What indicated today was going to be bullish? The daily chart. And I encourage you all, even if you are only a scalper, you need to go to the daily chart before you start every single session, before you start every single week. Just look at the daily chart to tell you what the bias is. Right now, it's only longs. This was an accumulation session, and today is the breakout. This week was accumulation. Today's the breakout. That's why it's doing this. You never short a breakout. You short, if anything, you buy the first pullback after the breakout, which is an Anna Colling Linda Rasky derivative. And that's just trading 101. And that's where retail traders try to fail. When the price action finally breaks out after 3 days of accumulation, they immediately want to short the top tick. Instead, if you're not in the position, if you didn't take a long, instead what you want to do is wait for it to pull back and then buy and then take the entry. Don't be a jabroni. Debaj. Prices went up all morning, yeah. Did some reflection last night on why I blew the funded account, made a peace with myself, and gave myself grace. Back to the eval stage, green for the day, locking it out. Nice, Walker, well done. You know what? One of the main reasons I stopped freaking out on bad days and losing days, because frequently I would waste all the energy being upset and pity party and kicking dirt, being mad, breaking keyboards, and the next day I'd have a fantastic green day and make it all back. And what's it for? Nothing. All that emotion waste for nothing. All the heart disease for nothing. Cortisol spikes for nothing. So who cares? Calm yourself. Move on to the next day. Get TRT, yeah. And get a hot wife. What would be the best pullback level to get in? Probably 30,040. 30,120. That's it. By using the 3 C's, 100%. It's man, bear, pig. Yeah. ES still going 78.31. Blast off. NASDAQ doing the same. Another bottom wick. Something that helped me was having a second account to trade. If I'm losing one, I'll switch to the other. If I lose that one, I'm done for the day. Just help spread it out. I like it. Life is too short. That cortisol level on over paper money. Absolutely. Spiking cortisol in the morning is actually healthy. Oh, good. So trading the morning, so you can say that trading the morning open actually is improving my lifestyle. Oh man, definitely. SPX price target hit. Nice, Kennedy. Life's too short. Not that level cortisol over paper money. Yeah, still going there. No shorting. Not yet. I'm not saying there's not going to be a good short opportunity. I'm saying that right now the conditions are not for shorting. It's only longs. Don't do it. Don't do it. Nice, Trippy Mike. That's right, J-Dog. That's right. I took my piece of that in my personal brokerage. I'm out. Have a nice week. No hero. I'm going to Yosemite. Hey, dude, I want pictures, Phil. It's one of my favorite places in the world. Yeah, buddy. Someone out there is short right now. Makes my skin crawl. Yes, sir. There's a lot of people out there that's short right now and throwing keyboards. I'm telling you, dude. Don't do it. Don't do it. I need to become like a psychologist for traders. The first thing I would do is have Claude create me the ability to disable the short button on your brokerage accounts. ES is leaving the Qs behind. The shorts were lopsided in the Qs. Surprised it's not the stronger index today. I mean, ES is pretty dang strong. Launchpad. You sound like Robin Hood. That's pretty awesome, Pyre. That's pretty funny. I'm trying to subdue my FOMO right now. I want to get in, but I hate longing at the top. Dude, you had like a 400-point win last week. I don't want to hear it. It's our turn today. You already had your fun. The best feature of the prop right now is the price target as opposed to percentage gain. 100%. It's one of the favorite things about this prop firm is the fact that you can set a stop based on the stock price, not the options price, which is pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Does Claude have a favorite way to cook an egg? I don't know. I'll have to ask him. I prefer sunny side up over easy. You ever take some nice white rice and put a couple of eggs over easy on top? It's delicious. Someone has purchased a large amount of USO calls. That ain't good. Is war coming back? Probably. Probably. I think what? They said 15 people so far has purchased Trump's early signals from his Truth Social account. So who knows, man? Try an egg on top of pulled pork. Interesting. I believe TOS had the ability to set options and stop by underlying price or at least the option level on the underlying chart, but it went away. Can't figure out how to bring it back. I don't have anything else for y'all. It's straight up, baby. 30,250 is the stop. Yeah, it looks like it's resting for another leg up. So when this stuff happens, you know, the price action goes and it starts to consolidate, and it gives the sellers an opportunity, and you, the observer of the market, the opportunity to figure out what's going on here. The buyers are searching for offerings. The buyers are searching for an offering here. Like when you post something on Facebook Marketplace, what are you doing as a seller? You're going to try to get the highest price you can. You're holding the inventory and you need to sell it, and you're going to go through your DMs and say, hey, this guy's offering this much, blah, blah, blah. And it's going to keep on going, baby, as long as you don't find the price. And that's what's happening. It's looking for offers. And right now, the offers aren't sitting at 30,220 because we just blew right through it. Blew right through it. I can't say I've tried eggs over rice unless you count in the context of a breakfast burrito. No, it's good, man. It's fantastic. You take 3 or 4 eggs over easy. You put them over some freshly steamed white rice. Maybe throw in a little soy sauce, too. It's delicious. Delicious. Still going. What's the next offer? Well, according to Bookmap, the next offer is $250. So the auction's occurring right now. Hey, $250, $240, hey, 1 to $230, $250. And that's what's happening. We're coming up to $250. And once we get there, we will see if they're going to fill it. My favorite breakfast here in Japan is omi rice. I've heard about that. I've never had it. I've seen like videos of it and stuff, and I would love to have it. I love Japanese food. I don't think I've ever seen a Japanese dish that I scoffed at. Can you do an entire stream in auctioneer voice? Negative. Negative. Eggs over easy on top of ramen noodles is pretty good. That sounds pretty good, yeah. Teriyaki chicken. I love teriyaki chicken. Gold, what's gold doing? Holy smokes. What's going on with gold? Something just happened with gold. That is a shaken and bacon candle on gold. When you say here, do you mean you live there? Yeah, he does live there. 44.11. We hit a target of mine and bounced. There goes NASDAQ still going, baby. Up, up, and away. No shorting. Launchpad. Moved here 2 months ago. Are you fluent in Japanese? Can you speak like fluent Japanese? Everyone here learning or doing well should hit that like button. Yes, you should. Hit the like button. Good morning, Ramaz. How you doing? How about the Micro Machine guy's voice? I'll have to look that one up. I don't remember that one. Micro Machines. It's 11:30 p.m. there. Wow. NASDAQ is still straight up, baby. There's not a single 3C short, so you only long positions. I think that I should only trade on days like today, especially when I'm learning. I just need to learn to comfortably size up on days like are great. Yep. We're still going, people. I'm telling you, it's not going to stop until you have a 3C. It is not going to stop until you have a 3C. Up, up, and away. And even then, it might not even stop. You don't have to be lonely. Still going, 250. All right, we just blew right through 250. Like crazy, just blew right through it. All the way up. Oh, man. Next up is 300. Everybody in here should be making some money. Everybody in here should be making some money. All the way up. Just hold it, baby. Not a single trailing stop. Not a single trailing stop. We be blasting. We be blasting. Still going. Yeah, buddy. Any questions? What do you got on YouTube? What do you got on YouTube? Look, the lower lows continue to go. You see the lower lows? I'm sorry, the higher highs, not the lower lows. You see the higher highs? There's not a single position that should be stopped. It's all top wick. It's all up and up and away. No top wicks. Got to put ribs on for the dinner party nicely. Well done, buddy. Well done. All right. Just got a massive short signal come across. We're about to tank. No, I'm just kidding, Lowen. I'm just kidding. I'm messing with you. Don't short. Just kidding. No shorting. $30,300 coming up. Every volume spike has just crept through and gone up and away, baby. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Would you mind explaining the rules of a TPT eval? Yep, 100%. So you sign up for an evaluation. You pick any target you want. You have a price target you need to hit. You can do it in a minimum of 5 days. So you have to trade at least for 5 days. There's a 50% consistency rule, meaning that you can't make more than 50% of your total profit target in one session. If you do, your profit target goes up based on how much you make. There is a trailing drawdown on unrealized profits. That's the only downside to TPT. So you got to keep an eye on your profits. What else? Once you pass the evaluation, you get provided with a funded account, free funded account, mind you, if you use code OMTPT. That funded account has a buffer you got to hit, and it goes static once you hit that buffer, and then everything after that, you take payouts on an 80-20 split. You can also take daily payouts, which is pretty awesome. I love it. You know what I always wonder about the faces and the humans that AI creates, like in that picture that Lowen just posted? Does it create human faces, like just from scratch, or does it use a catalog of all the faces that we have, from security cameras and all that stuff, to just post one of those faces in there? I know it's trained on photos, but does it actually use that? So these are actually people, like Lowen's picture there that I created using Grok. Like those are actual people walking around that they just copy and pasted. That's horrifying. Yeah, it makes me want to destroy every flock camera. It creates faces by aggregating face features. I booked $1,000 on some Q calls, trailing an AS stop. Nice. Well done, Financial Blitz. Nice. I keep wondering why all these data centers are being built, and I can see you guys just use this stuff all the time. Man, it's life-changing. It's so life-changing for a person like me that there's going to be some major consequences, and I don't know what those consequences are. There's going to be a lot of great consequences and a lot of very bad consequences. And I think one of the main bad consequences is going to be the data centers, the physical destruction of the ecosystem and local land and stuff of data centers. But I don't know. You can't have this much good without some downside. Maybe I'm just a pessimist. I don't know. But if you know it's going to cause this much bad, why use it? Because it's going to cause a lot of good too. So there's going to be a lot of good with it, but there's going to be a lot of bad too. But from what I've used with it, it's life changing. It's extraordinary. But yeah, I'm in 100%. So for a 25K eval and a 50K eval, you would want to try to keep those 5 days around. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So, a good way to start is take your price target, divide it by 5, and that's your price target every day, and you'll get there. I mean, you can't pass it more than 5 days anyway, so why try to get more than that? But that's the minimum, too. You don't have to pass it in 5 days. That's just the minimum. You've helped me develop much better habits, and I meant that a great appreciation. I pray you, Financial Blitz. Appreciate you. Thank you. What's renewable? Yeah. My energy bill cost me like $400 every 2 months. It's spent. I live in a 4-bedroom, 3-bedroom home, 2-story. Nice. The biggest consequence will be average people will be giving up their agency and capacity for critical thought. Yeah. I was having that conversation with my son the other night. That kids his age use AI for every single assignment. There's no such thing as homework anymore. Like, they don't actually complete or create anything anymore. 100% of everything kids are assigned to school is done with AI. They just plug it into ChatGPT or whoever, and it spits out the answers, the finished product. That's it. There is no more work in schools. It's terrible. No wonder they can't read. They can't. It's terrible. It's terrible. I'm in a 1-bed bath, pay about $150 a month. The professor already cracked that. He embedded a code that AI can't see his assignments in the words. Well, I'm not even talking about the stuff that they turn in. I'm talking about everything. There is no more like, hey, I need to go figure out this problem to read. They don't even bother reading any assignments. They just plug it in, let ChatGPT summarize it. They don't read. They don't do anything. It's just ChatGPT. Even if it's not spitting out the final answer like that, it's handling the workload of coming to an answer, which is a major problem, in my opinion. Anyway, I don't want to sound like an old man yelling at a cloud. These dang kids. Can you check back on TLT question? I've been started grabbing shares up, but I'm wondering about some 500. Yeah, so I personally don't trade leaps. That's just never been a part of my system. I've taken a couple before, but it's not something I've never consistently taken. I don't have a problem with them, but I don't know when the bulk of the move is going to start with TLT. It could happen this week. It could happen 2 years from now. It's kind of like 2008 when the market crash happened. It went on for 2 years before the market actually finally sold off. So I don't know when the bonds are going to come up. I think like if you go look at Michael Gayed, I think he is correct. I just think that he's having to wait through years of stuff, and he's doing it publicly, so it makes it difficult. And I do think they are going to have to tank the stock market to save the bonds, but I don't know when that's going to happen. And that's because of that I can't put on a leap, because it could happen a year, it could take 2 years. So I would rather just buy the shares, in my opinion. Top Step just released a 250K account. Why? Studies have shown that handwritten essays improve cognition. I believe it. I think AI will be rejected by the consumer. People are rejecting AI pictures and advertising. Companies are going to have to get real good at it. Well, yes, sir. I do think that the consumer will reject AI content like that. 100%. Because if I'm personally looking for a YouTube video, most of our entertainment is on YouTube. We don't even watch TV anymore, like Outdoor Boys and stuff. So if I see an AI generated thumbnail, I won't click on the video. Or something that's just absurd, I won't click on it because it's AI created. And I don't mean using AI to spruce up your thumbnails. I mean, something weird and crazy that's like clickbait. But the thing where consumers are going to accept AI is efficiency. And that's what it's done for me. Stuff that I just can't do because I don't have time. It's going to drastically bridge the gap between efficiency and inefficiency. And it's insane. It's insane. Anyway, high volume top wick, medium volume top wick here, small pullback. That's our first pullback of the day, actually. That's holding. First one of the day. You're welcome, Financial. Get off my lawn. Shakes fist weirdly. Do I bother using bigger accounts? I do. In fact, my favorite account with TPT is the 150K account. It's my favorite one. It's the one that fits my trading style the best, because I do like to turn up to 2 and 3 minis eventually. Most of the time I'm keeping things between 5 micros to 1 mini and sometimes to 2, but sometimes I do like to turn up to 2, 3, and if I get stupid, I do stupid stuff like I did back in December. Studies have also shown that handwriting in essays improve connection more than typed essays. Yeah, you know what the biggest thing that I've tried to teach my kids more than educational book learning, although that's important too, is critical thinking. And they ask me, well, what's critical thinking, Dad? And I tell them that if I take you and drop you off into a problem with no outside resources or any prior knowledge on what to do, could you get yourself out of the situation? Could you think your way through the situation? That's critical thinking. And you have to develop that skill throughout life. You have to have parents that help you develop that skill throughout life. And I think that's going to strip that from people. All right, 30,250 here. Fantastic. On the 5-minute chart here, we do have a technical 3C, although it's being rejected at the moment, which I still don't condone shorting. Let me make that perfectly clear. But we do have a 3C trigger at 241. U.S. home buying has hit a record low in the United States. Oof. Oof. A record low. Legos, puzzles, simple projects go a long way. Absolutely. What do you think about 24-hour trading of stops and options? I think it'll degrade the market. It's not going to affect me. I'm not going to do it. But I do think it'll degrade the market. But at the same time, I think everyone thought 0DTEs every day would degrade the market. And that's only pumped it. Is record low home buying good or bad after 5 years of aggressive home inflation? That is the right question, sir. It depends on everything. It depends on how aggressive are the sellers. If we have record low home buying, but a record high selling, or at least sellers on the market, that creates a problem. That creates a liquidity inflow problem where too many people are trying to provide liquidity. Not enough people want to buy that liquidity, and prices get wrecked, which a lot of people want. But you can't, in this economy, you can't have rapidly dropping prices without a lot of pain. You can't do it. Doesn't happen. That's supply and demand 101, baby. All right. We have a slight amount of put flow and call selling here. Just a slight amount. We've hit all the targets, 250, 280. We've eaten all liquidity on the books. The only thing left is 30,450, and I don't think we're going there today. What do y'all think? We talk on AI here at Highwire all the time, yet sadly we are using the heck out of it for thumbnails and like it's ruined the web designers and graphic careers. I know it's because of my field. Yeah, I mean I was not a believer of it, man, but it's insane. Nice retest of the hourly SR flip. Yep, coming on down here. I'm going to turn on my morning levels here. Am I currently in any OF evals? I am. So I'm doing the 100K growth. And I've tested out, I've traded on it, but I'm not putting honest effort into it yet because I've got a lot going on. But I do intend, especially now that the kids are back in school, we're going to start getting that thing cranked away. So, because I do want to see, my goal obviously is to get pay out. But more importantly is I want to test the processes of doing all that. And I want stuff to bad happen so to see how they fix it. You know, it's customer support. And the first question I asked them when they asked me to affiliate with them is, how is your customer support? What happens when things go bad? And they assured me that they're instantaneous and the owners handle everything very well. So. Have you been checking up on futures in stock? And do you think it'll gain more liquidity at some point in the future? Which do you think will gain more liquidity? $30,217 right there. I knew once how long they would roll over. I think on days like these, I just missed the entry and shut down. Well, I mean, that's not a bad plan. I'm going to test the 25K growth plan. Beautiful. Beautiful. ES much deeper pullback than I expected. Did ES pull back? Oh, yeah, it did. Look at that. S&P pulled back big time. A lot more than NASDAQ. I see what you mean. Okay. Do I think they will gain more liquidity at some point? I don't know. I'm not, if I have to be completely honest with you, I have no idea what this market's going to do the next 3 years. I was very vocal that I think a big crash is coming from 2020, end of 21, because things got super silly in 21 into 2025. But things have, I just don't know what's happening here in terms of the long-term thesis, like 10-year thesis. I don't know what's going on here. So all I can really point to is just a tremendous amount of liquidity with AI euphoria and all this other stuff. So do I own stocks? Yes. But I don't there's got to be some sort of major pullback here in the coming years. Maybe it's something like 2008. But now I know the markets never change. The markets always do the same thing over and over again, just like it did in the 20s and the 80s and the 70s, in the late 90s and 2000s. But who knows? Heck, we could the markets right now could crash 50% and still be over coronavirus highs. So, whatever. Since homeschool, our daughter is in high school technically, but we still make her handwrite essays. Nice. She still need research, take time to the library lead. I like it. I like it, man. That's fantastic. I mean, yeah. I mean, go look at the. Read the joking message I typed yesterday about writing something in 1776 language. I mean, it's like a different language. It's English, but no one knows how to read that stuff. 100%. All right, Nasdaq is top ticking back over a little bit. S&P had a much larger drawdown than the Nasdaq did. Now, we do have put buying and a little bit of call selling here. But the question we need to ask ourselves now, is this a temporary reprieve from bullishness, or is this a nice pullback? What do y'all think? I say lock in profits and move on to the day. I like it. I like it. All right, nice little top tick. Ever so slightly. 5-minute sweeping top wick. That's our first major top wick of the day on the 5-minute chart. And we are starting to just do a little bit of a move here. Lots of red folder news tomorrow. Might start profit taking. It's possible. Next week we have what? NVIDIA earnings and Jackson Hole. Jackson Hole is going to be like a machine gun of Fed news and Fed comments. Let's say lock in profit. This is ES second attempt to off the retracement. Nasdaq isn't helping. Machine gun stops up. Bullish phase bring it. I don't know, man. It's a big old candle. The bulls are still defending. That's when with volume too. Not with wars to men and doesn't believe in words. Yeah, he wants to cut the Fed down. He wants to remove the Fed meetings. Bottom wick back up. Just temporary retracement so far. Could Fed day be a choppy day? It could be. We typically have enough movement to make it fun at least. It may be a range, but typically they aren't choppy. All right. Take place from the 27th to the 29th. Yeah, buddy. Jackson Hole it is. Gatling gun of tweets. Yeah. We have our first 5-minute top wick of the day. Still holding. Still holding. Back and forth at the moment. Don't know what else, man. Don't know what else. So, small pullback after a very large move up. Well, you got another Iron Condor. Nice. What a day. That feeling when you're bang on with your entries. Heck yeah, dude. Those days are great. Coming up nearing the end of the stream. The London close is where we call it a day. It's been extraordinary. Still coming down. If they give out this 200, then we can start targeting 156. But that is it. That is it. Do you think we'll move into power on chop here? Well, today's a breakout day, so I don't anticipate a sell-off. I anticipate gathering, whether we go a little bit lower here or not, and then go higher into the afternoon. That's what I look for. On breakout sessions, I don't look for complete reversals, unless the only exception to that is if we're nearing the end of distribution on the daily, and we're looking for the session to liquidity sweep everything. So blast it higher in the morning and absolutely dump it in the afternoon. And if they were to dump this in the afternoon, then that's a massive short signal on the daily chart. Because that only happens when they're ready to make a trend change to the downside. One sec. I just thought about something I need to put in Claude. Give me a second. Okay. Do you have Claude call you options millionaire or Andrew? I don't want it to address me at all. It's weird. I don't want to talk to this thing like it's a human. Like even when I'm talking to the missus and I accidentally refer it to him, I correct myself. It's just weird. I feel like you start to get into the spiritual realm when I start calling AI him or it or something like that. It's no good. All right. Pigeon King. Yeah. Fed's Barkin says he does not think the labor market is as strong as the data indicates. He says it is vulnerable. Yeah, no kidding. Spend some time talking to normal people and you'd figure that one out, jabroni. You can now give Claude access to President Trump's stock trades. Our new MCP can easily let you connect the data on what he's trading. Huh. Quiver. That's interesting. I'd actually like to do that. Quiver. Definitely. Dow's going red. The S&P is a lot more bearish than the NASDAQ. If you look at the S&P, it's sliding. I'm going to pull the 50 on it. We're right above the 50. Right above it. Yeah, buddy. Dow futures rise. With option funding prop, can you trade leaps on SPX? Yes, you can. Remember when you kidded about the short signal? That was a short signal. Dude, you ain't kidding. I called the top exactly accidentally. Come on, ES, give us a little liquidity sweep. The fib on the 50 is usually a good bounce point. I'm careful to call it a bounce point. I call it a pattern to the mean. And whether or not it bounces there is a determination of pattern recognition and price action. But typically, yes, I do look for an adjustment of price at that area. Spent a couple of days on the 50 automation. There are parts of it that work well most of the time. Didn't perform well. Well, it was pretty good. NASDAQ is holding on just fine. The S&P is entered into a retracement of 50%. We do have 13 minutes until London close. There it is. There's a 50. The NASDAQ is still holding flat. The S&P is falling. Looks like rotation into tech. Definitely can't short NASDAQ. Yeah. Hopefully NASDAQ stays in the upper ranges. It's going to be hard to trend up if all the indexes aren't moving together in the same direction. You're right. What's the indices? What's the rest of the markets doing? Everything is still bright green. SanDisk is up 12.6%, 12.67%. SpaceX is 2.8% down after being up 11 yesterday. So tech is incredibly green. Let's see. Quick announcement. In October, I'll be missing a session. Actually, I've been missing 2 different sessions. We're going to the Homesteaders Conference of America in Virginia. So I'll be missing a stream or two. Hero is saying at the moment, put buying, call selling. I'm saying that. Mojo. Homesteaders Conference in Front Royal. I forget the name of the city, but it's definitely in Virginia. It's the biggest Homesteaders Conference in America. Yep, Front Royal, Virginia. That's his. Can we make time for a meal? That'd be fun. Heck yeah, man. You are nearby. You do live up in those woods. Yeah, that's awesome. That'd be fun. Yeah, we're looking forward to it, man. A lot of good speakers there. A lot to learn. You live in Virginia? Nice. What does Hero say about the Dow? I don't track the Hero on the Dow. I like to try to track stuff that's got super high liquidity, and the options associated with the Dow aren't the best. There's a great boutique Italian restaurant. Ooh. Yeah, buddy. Now Dan's interested. Dan's like, I want to do some homesteading. ES is still downtrending. NASDAQ is not. NASDAQ is going back up because tech is incredibly green. So it's still, I guess, I still stand by no shorting NASDAQ. S&P, there's definitely a solid short that's set up there. High volume top wick. 50% retracement. We have another divergence forming here. If the NASDAQ joins the selling, I would look for the S&P to take out the low of the day, which would be extraordinary, but only if NASDAQ joins the fun. Otherwise, ES is going to bounce and regather to highs. So this morning, Trump said the United States maintains complete control of the strait. Complete control. Now, Iran says that is false. Iran controls the strait or Hormuz. You know when you're driving down the road and both your kids in their back seat and they're arguing over, something. This is what this is like. It's ridiculous. SpaceX is planning a natural gas-fired power plant in Texas for $16.8 billion. Its Tennessee and Mississippi data center already uses dozens of gas turbines. It's expected to reach 15 gigawatts by 2027. I'm not an electrician, but that sounds like a lot. Serious question, how has the U.S. Navy not eviscerated their ability to even get close to the strait by now? The United States has the complete capability to wipe Iran off the face of the earth in about 10 minutes. And I don't mean nuclear devices, I mean just pure kinetic capability. It's because if we were to do that, we would be the aggressors. I think there's a lot more going on behind the scenes than we really know, honestly, and it's nonsense. Bag holders, yeah, buddy. About the kids in the back seat, yeah. If you haven't booked a hotel yet, I've got 3 guest rooms. We have got a hotel, yeah, we do have one, although that would be fantastic. Yeah, we're staying, I think it's like 4 or 5 miles from the place. Signs of the times. Signs of the times. The U.S. is already the aggressor. Yep, you're 100% right about that. Yep. Hey, Philippians 2:14, man. I'm trying to be positive. If I'd opened a data center, I'd open up in North Quebec or North Canada. Cooling and hydroelectricity. Yeah. All right, any final questions here before we wrap this up? It's almost London close. We just had a quick shake and bake candle. Hey, little red. Hey, what's this? What's this? Interesting. It's turning into a pretty interesting session here. We're trying to kill them in a nicer way. Yeah. A little bit of red. Sellers are hitting. If NASDAQ drops down with the S&P, it's going to be a bit interesting. It's already turning interesting, but it's going to continue to get quite interesting if that occurs. Yeah, ES is getting wrecked at the moment. It's undoing nearly the entire session already. And if the S&P closes under the morning low, that will be a significant bear signal on the daily. It's not often that the S&P will do this, is what we're seeing, if it closes a low. Now, that's a big if, and we still have a long time until the day closes today. But if we wipe down 78.40 all the way under 85, which is a 55-point sell-off, and close into the lows, that is a significant bear signal. Doesn't happen often. Could be, yeah. Could be. Diesel cracks rise above $98, an all-time high. Reports that Yemen's Houthis attacked Aramco. Damn. Yeah, USO call. Someone called it out that there's a big USO call coming in. Well done. Yeah. All right, y'all. That is 10:30, 11:30 Eastern, and the Saudis buying calls. Yeah. That is London closed, so that's going to wrap us up for the day. So, extraordinary morning. Absolutely extraordinary morning. Blast off green.
The NASDAQ is holding highs just fine. The S&P is getting wrecked. So we do have a bit of a divergence here between the indices, and it'll be interesting to see how it closes. I'm going to keep tabs on the market the rest of the day and see how this goes. So if you have any questions, please hit me up. Throw me a DM, shoot an email. And otherwise, I'll see y'all bright and early tomorrow morning. Fantastic morning. Appreciate you hanging out. I'm out. See you.